Hi, I'm Jason White, and this is my channel, Jason's Weird Reads. And I went to the library recently. I've been going to the library a fair amount lately, and we always go to pick out books for my son. He loves reading, which is good. I'm happy about that. I hope it sticks. But I get books for myself too. I don't read them all. A lot of the times it's just so I can rifle through them and see what's going on. I have a couple books that need to go back soon, and a few more books that I got recently. And I wanted to start with this one. And yeah, these books are borrowed. I didn't buy them, but I thought I'd show them off anyway. The first book here is something of a project I want to get into, hoping to involve some booktubers, some fantasy-loving booktubers, and that is The Wheel of Time, book number 1, The Eye of the World. Now this series is 14 books long, and the shortest one, this is one of the shortest one, it's like 700 pages long. So if you're interested in taking a very long journey along with me and everyone in this book, I was thinking we could do like a year and a half long read-along, where we read all 14 books. Now there's a reason why I want to do this, and that's because Amazon is coming out with an adaptation of these books, and I'm hoping it's successful. I hope it runs for years and it becomes big. Hopefully not as big as Game of Thrones, honestly. I hope it becomes like a really good cult following. That would be awesome. But my history with these books is I have read not the entire series, made it to book 8. Yeah, book 8, and then I stopped. I stopped reading for about a year, and then we had our son, and I went through that long reading slump. And I wasn't reading any fantasy during that period of time. Thick books and me just were not getting along at that time. But I think I'm ready, and I want some accountability. I want to join with people to read a very fascinating, in-depth world. I mean, a very, very three-dimensional world. And so that's why I'm putting out a call out, seeing if anyone's interested. If you are, just comment down below, and we'll try to set things up. I was thinking around April or May, maybe around there we could start, unless there's a lot of interest right away, which I kind of doubt. I'm going to be keeping up doing this call out because I really want to join in with people. And this will be about the 3rd time I've read the first book. I don't mind though, it's pretty good, it's a lot of fun. Alright, now lately, for some reason, actually, you know what, I'm going to start off with this. While at the library, I found something I didn't know existed, and it's this book. It's called Coke Machine Glow, and it's by Gordon Downie. Now, if you don't know who Gordon Downie is, you might not. He was the lead singer of Tragically Hip, a very popular Canadian band, and he died recently of a brain cancer, a rare form of brain cancer. In fact, I think it's the same brain cancer that took out the politician John McCain recently. And this is a book of his lyrics and poetry, and I thought I'd give it a read before it has to be returned, because it might put me on a poetry kick, and I have a couple of other poetry books that I want to get to and read this year from Dane Cobain and Monique Snyman, I think. Anyways, so what's interesting about this book, other than that, the Tragically Hip were very popular Canadian band. I don't think they were popular really anywhere else, but they were huge here in Canada. And the one thing that Gordon Downie did that was really kind of cool before he died was they went on a final Canadian tour while he was sick, and they put on like a 2-hour show. I watched the one that they broadcasted on the Toronto one, and it was really rather emotional, as would be, I guess, apparently obvious, but he died less than a year after that last concert, and it was kind of upsetting for Canadians, to be honest with you. I was never a huge fan of the Tragically Hip. There's some songs of theirs I like, but I was more respectful of who they were and what they meant to Canadian culture. But one thing I found interesting within this book is he has them listed as poems and lyrics. There's a few lyrics in here, but there's a lot of poetry, and so that's really cool. It's also photography. I don't know if he did the photos himself or not. A fellow by the name of Michael Adamson did the photography. Anyways, this book's from 2001, long before Gordon Downie was sick, and I'm looking forward to reading it. This poetry is good for the soul. Alright, lately, oh wait, I'm going to go with this one. It has to go back soon. I want to review it. I read this recently at work, and I'm going to, like as I just said, I'm going to review it. It's Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. It was a pretty good book, and I'm going to be talking about that real soon. And now, as I've been trying to say, lately I've been into middle grade books and young adult books. I don't know why this is. I think it's just the time of year. It's sort of the reason why I was reading fantasy a lot. It's just, it's cold and it's dark and all I want to do is sleep. And sometimes you just feel down, you know what I mean? And reading middle grade books tends to perk me up a bit. And I haven't read middle grade books since I read Harry Potter. So I picked up a few books. This one I've seen a lot on Booktube. And it's the Illuminea by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. Now this is like an alien invasion book. And if you haven't heard of this book, it's interesting in the way it's presented. It's not a prose book. It's almost like found footage, except this would be more like found documents, in that the stories within are all like interviews, emails, articles that you'd find in the paper. It's an example of an interview, and some art by the looks of it too. It's pretty experimental in a sense, and so I don't think it'll take me too long to read it, but I can't wait. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Emily over at her channel, I believe her name's Emily, at Page Turns, she was talking about this book recently, and I watched the video. It's just like last night I was watching this video, I think. And I kind of came across it today. I wasn't looking for it intentionally. It was actually sitting on the shelf, just sitting there staring at me, face out. And I was like, well, I just watched a review about this book. And in her video, I commented that this book looks really cool and that I wanted to check it out. And it's Jonathan Stroud's Lockwood & Co., The Screaming Staircase. And this looks like a lot of fun. It's very light in nature, but it's also kind of a dark haunted house story. And, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to check it out at least. And lastly, I got The Grave Robber's Apprentice by Allan Stratton. Now, I haven't heard of this book before, but it's apparently Canadian. Allan Stratton's Canadian, and there's a quote on here by CM Magazine that says, sure to become a Canadian classic of the genre. So I guess we'll see about that. One reason why I picked this book is because it's really short, and the print is just awesome. I love that huge print. Anyways, this is The Grave Robber's Apprentice. I have no idea what this book is about. Let me read the synopsis here. Hans doesn't know who he is or where he came from. When he was a baby, he washed ashore in a wooden box and was adopted by the conniving grave robber Nob the Bent. Now fate has thrown him together with Angela von Schwanberg, a young countess fleeing for her life from the evil Archduke Arnulf and his dreaded necromancer. Together, these friends are on a daring quest to discover Hans's true identity and to save Angela's parents from the Archduke. Join Hans and Angela on their grand adventure as they ride through the depths of the great forest, sled down a mountain in a coffin, sledding down a mountain in a coffin, that'd be crazy, and sneak along the secret passageways of the Archduke's palace. The Grave Robber's Apprentice is a world of highwaymen, hermits, and dancing bears, and of a boy separated from his family by the sea. In this world, anything is possible with luck and imagination, even for a grave robber's apprentice. So, yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, I may look up some reviews before reading it and after just to see, but I think I'm going to tackle this one first. Alright, that's my library book haul. Thank you for watching, and keep being creative. We will catch you very shortly in the next bookish video. Don't know what that was. I really don't know what that was.